So I recently shared a video as to why I got into this whole coaching business. And honestly, I got into it because I wanted to help single people find love. And then as time went on and like the more that I coached, I realized that a lot of people need to figure out how to love themselves in order to find love. So I'm going to share my personal story as to why I made that decision and kind of pivoted into now focusing more into self-love than like dating advice. We all get dating advice through here, on Instagram, on anywhere, from our parents, our family, our friends, and it's like sometimes it's unwanted dating advice, as if because we're single there's a problem or something. But anyway, why I started to focus on self-love. A lot of the women that were coming to me, and even some men, were having a lot of like confidence problems, issues. I don't like calling them issues, but they were having problems with being self-confident, and like they kept attracting the same type of partner, which I totally understand because it happened to me too. And I realized that it was mainly because we all collectively didn't know like our worth, and we didn't understand values, and we didn't understand like what it meant to actually be enough. So the more that I coach these women and men, the more that like I have become connected with myself. So it's not just that I'm coaching them, and sometimes I like hear myself giving like or asking questions, and I'm like asking the question to myself. So that has been one of the biggest like rewards as far as like being a coach, especially like a love coach. I recently started reading a book that one of my clients recommended, and I practice theta healing, and theta healing is just meditational therapy. And this book is very, very relevant to that. And it talks about planes, and it talks about 7 levels, and everything that we learn in theta healing. So if you're into theta healing, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, to make the long story short, why I focused more on self-love, it's because I don't even know if you can say this on TikTok or not without being take it down. So TikTok be nice. Last year, I actually came out with my biggest secret that I had held for years, decades. I was or have been struggling with an eating disorder, and I don't know. I think one of the clients that I had during that time, she made it very obvious that I needed to accept it and like yell it out into the universe, because I didn't want to. If I kept it a secret, it was a secret and nobody would know, and everybody would keep like this idea of me being perfect. And I sat with myself after that session. I was like, you can't be this person that is promoting self-love and self-acceptance when you can't accept a big part of not who you are, but a big part of what made you get into this whole ordeal. So yes, I've been battling this for 20 years. I started in 8th grade. I am 37 years old now, and actually my healing with that started in 2020. So 4 years ago, I really like put myself into work mode in regards to that, and I started just having healthier habits. And I know that for a while there I replaced one obsession with the other, but the new obsession, I guess, was healthier than the other one. It's not funny, but in my head that's how I kind of made it okay. And 2.5 years ago, like I was like, okay, I really need to like do the work on this. And what happened because of that, and why I attach it to like having very bad relationships, is that I just didn't accept myself for who I was 100%. I was not happy with my body. I was not happy with my mind. I was not happy with my life, period. And I had worked so hard to like get to where I had been at that point, and then everything just kind of fell apart. And when things fell apart, it just became even more hard to have those positive mindsets and those positive feelings during that time. So as I was saying, 4 years ago, I decided, I made the choice that it was time for me to just take care of me now. And I wanted to see my daughter graduate high school. I wanted to see my daughter graduate from college, and if I continued down this path, that was not going to be possible. So here I am, healthy 4 years later. I have gained a couple of pounds, and I'm not gonna lie to you, there's times when I like really feel like it's a lot, but I no longer feel guilt or feel like ugly or feel not wanted because of it. And to understand and have that feeling of acceptance within myself has been one of the most beautiful experiences that I ever had. So that's why, not that I'm pushing my program on anybody right now, but that's why I have become such like a voice or an advocate for self-love, and how self-love does help you in all of your relationships. My relationships with my mom, with my child, with my sibling, with my friends has completely changed. I see life in a different way. I no longer like sit in the toxicity of the drama, and yes, I'm a girl, and yes, I like the chisme once in a while, but it's chisme of people that I don't even like know. But even like recently I had an experience where somebody said a couple of things to me, and I just looked at it and I was like, that has nothing to do with me. It has absolutely nothing to do with me. And anyway, it gave me a lot of realization of like how much work I've been putting in, not only with my clients but with myself, and understanding how the power of self-love and how transformative it actually is, and like really taking the time and do the work. And it's not about I love myself, because I have learned very hard that consciously we say all of these affirmations to ourselves, but subconsciously, and I will always say this, subconsciously, our subconscious is sitting back there and saying, no, you don't. No, you don't. Why? Because we've always given it a different experience as far as like what it feels like to really love ourselves. So if you take anything away from this long message or long video, is that when you are affirming yourself something such as I am abundant, I am light, I am love, I am great, I am awesome, whatever it might be, because you truly are. And you want to get yourself out of the funk of the breakup, the funk of the toxic relationship, the funk out of just toxicity in your life, and you're affirming, and you're sitting there and you're wondering why your manifestations aren't coming true, why things just don't seem to work out for you. It's your subconscious trying to sabotage all of that because it doesn't believe it. So again, if you take anything away from this, is anytime that you do affirm yourself something such as I am abundant, or I am love, or I am amazing, you think of an experience where you were that, because we've all had them. You had a moment where you really did appreciate yourself, you really did love yourself, you really did accept yourself for who you are, and you tell your subconscious, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like to be loved. This is what it feels like to be fucking amazing. This is what it feels like to be a strong-ass woman, especially for those of us that have gone through hell and back in this journey of being single and being judged and being questioned as to why we're single, if we're so successful, if we have it all, because our subconscious didn't believe that we had it all. So if you want to do the work, I would love to help you with that. And if not, then I just send you lots of love and light into your journey and into your life, so that it gives you some clarity and it gives you some peace. So that is all I needed to say, and just to give you a little bit more of insight of who I am and why I do what I do, and why it's so important for me to have women and men and people in general just understand the worth of self-love. Love and light.